my iPhone. I can't get anywhere about that, and I would like to keep updated with everything, as long as obviously the satellites didn't bugger up or fuck up and stop me from using it. But so first thing would be my iPhone. Second thing, I would probably have to take my MP3 player. So I need music. I need music to live. I need to sort out my zombie killing theme for the day. I'll play you one of my favourite zombie killing songs a little bit later, so we'll see how we get on. So yeah, my iPhone, my iPod, I may have to say my charger as well, because I need them to charge it up. But then if electricity went down, I'd need a generator, so you know, I could probably find some sort of charger out there. But I mean, I'd probably grab my iPhone, my iPod, and some sort of weapon, machete or something. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely need some sort of self-defense, a baseball bat or something like that. So yeah, they are my 3 things. Hopefully Ed will tell you his 3 things he'd grab in the second half of this. But that's all down to him, and depending on whether he feels like it or not. So yeah, thank you once again for everybody who called in. That was. I haven't actually got another question for next time. So what I'll have to do is get Ed to think of something and put it in the second part. So hopefully he'll come up with a question, because I'm brain dead at the moment. Or if not, I'll pass it over to Ed to stick in the second half of this podcast. So yeah, nobody won the clip to win a copy of Eddie Rotten and the Zombies. Nobody got the right answer, so maybe it's a bit harder than we expected. So I'll get Ed to put in the clip again, or maybe we'll change it so it'll make it a bit easier. But we'll definitely sort something out. Yeah, the prize was a copy of Eddie Rotten and the Zombies. For anyone who's never heard of Eddie Rotten and the Zombies, it's a fantastic little piece. He's in the middle of trying to get it up on iTunes for sale. It's basically Dirty Pete. He's like a pirate radio DJ, and he goes around trying to avoid the ASMZ and the zombies, and plays just music. But a lot of it's wrote by Ed, a lot of it's wrote by Pete and stuff like that. So it's fantastic. Sam Holly won a copy last time. He really enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely, that's what's up for grabs. And now we've got our new logo. Hopefully I'll start getting some t-shirts and some stickers made. So we'll change it, mix it up every now and again, so people can keep calling in. But yeah, other than that, that is everything on the question of the week. So next, now some of you may or may not know about this thing that happened in America with when Batman was aired in the cinemas. A young man, I forget his name now, is it James Holmes? Bear with me. James Holmes, yeah, he went into the cinema and shot dead a load of innocent people who were watching the film for no reason. He had guns, he had smoke grenades, I think, as well. He had all sorts. And yeah, there's a lot of dispute going around. There's a lot of rumours, you know, what actually happened. And I've got a little piece that I found online. It's you can have a look at it yourself. There's lots of videos about conspiracies and stuff on there. And it's if you search for, bear with me a second, Prison Planet Live, and he's got a load of videos on there. This was one of the videos, but obviously you will only be able to hear it. I'll play it for you now, so we'll see what you think.
Okay, let's talk about these zombie attacks, because everybody knows about the case of Rudy Eugene in Miami, you know, biting the homeless guy's face off. But there's been a spate of these, not only across the United States, but also across the world, with, you know, the attacker biting and in some cases eating the flesh of the victim in these fits of delirium. The media came out and blamed bath salts, this legal drug, when in fact the autopsy of Eugene, the guy in the Miami case, showed that he was not on bath salts. He had marijuana in his system, that was it. And in a good number of the other cases, they found no drugs involved. I mean, do you think there's an alternative explanation for these attacks being covered up? Could it be some kind of virus that's either been deliberately or accidentally released, or, you know, could it just be a manifestation of the wider breakdown of society, that these violent events are happening more often?
I think it could be any of the above. As far as the actual Rudy Eugene case, yeah, he wasn't on bath salts, but a couple of days before that happened, I had posted a video about some weird chemical barrel that washed up right there in Miami, and you know, it was a smoking barrel, came up from the ocean, and they had to dispose of it, and they don't know what it was. And then, like, down the block a couple of days before, a bunch of kids had gotten mysteriously sick at school because of unknown reasons. So I kind of thought maybe it had something to do with some, like, a biological weapon, possibly. But just for one guy to do that, maybe he was just crazy. And as far as these other reports around the world, maybe everybody is just busy searching for them, so they're finding them. You know, so I don't know exactly.
What interested me about it was, well, first the CDC had to come out and deny there was a zombie virus. That was interesting. They had to go public, release a statement on it. But then there's the university studies into what they call ED, excited delirium, and they've found that it's got nothing to do with drug abuse, but it's a problem with the central nervous system. It's a central nervous system disorder. And when people are experiencing this, and they don't know what causes it, which is why people have speculated it could be a virus, basically it burns up their internal organs. That's why they're always naked when these incidents happen. They literally rip off their clothes because of the burning sensation inside their bodies. Also, according to this university study, victims are immune to pain, which is interesting because, of course, they had to shoot Eugene several times before he stopped what he was doing. They had to shoot him dead. And in several cases, you know, it's people walking down the street. I think there was a case in China where a father and a son were just walking down the street, and suddenly the father explodes into a fit and bites his son's penis off. I mean, did this happen before? Because all these cases are within the last 2-3 years. So, I mean, even I found a quote from CBS News. Speculation varies. It could be a virus that escaped from some secret government lab. So even CBS News is speculating that it could be a virus because it just seems so random and without cause.
Yeah, it's definitely not normal, if you ask me. I think something is maybe being released to make people act that way. I mean, why else would they act that way? I mean, it's not normal at all. It kind of reminds me of that movie 28 Days Later. The chick, she was all like, she said, I'm burning. She said she's burning, and then she turned into like a zombie, and she puked up blood and started, you know, biting other people.
Well, I mean, who knows? I mean, chemtrails, geoengineering, who knows what they're dumping on us? We know that biological experiments on the American people without their consent are a historical fact. You know, Project Shad and all of that. But just imagine, I mean, you know about the whole fake UFO business, where, you know, they could stage a fake alien invasion for martial law. Just imagine how badly people would freak out if there was a zombie epidemic. How quickly would the population beg for martial law in that case? I
know, right? I think they're trying to cause martial law, though, by pitting, like, races against each other and stuff. Like, you know, in Anaheim right now, stuff like that in that case, for sure.
Well, it's all very strange. We're living in 2012. We're living in bizarro world.
It's weird.
But, I mean, you're obviously deeply interested in all manner of weird and wonderful subjects. But I've found that a lot of people, and it's not just these kind of subjects, it's even political subjects, they shy away from it. They're almost scared to discuss these kind of things or even think about them, whereas other people are fascinated or obsessed. I mean, do you think it's some kind of psychological trait that draws people towards these subjects, or is it just life experience that leads up to becoming involved in them?
I can say it might be a mixture of both, because there was a time when I wasn't very interested in this stuff. I didn't ever think to even look up or do anything. So It's something like snapping me out of it. I think we're all meant to like explore these type of subjects and stuff, but a lot of us are just asleep due to the conditioning and stuff that society has done and the television. They don't want to say anything too deep. They keep the conversation pretty shallow and just about stupid stuff. And they show stupid people on TV, and it becomes the norm, and that's how people start acting. They start emulating that. So I think it's normal for us to delve into the mysterious things in life. They just try to make us feel like it's not. But I think it's more natural than anything else.
Well, obviously, I mean, that's how society, science and everything progresses, is delving into the unknown. But yeah, it's like some people can't even mentally handle the just discussing esoteric subjects. It's like it frightens them. It's like they're little children, but it's even beyond that. I mean, even children are interested in the unknown and the bizarre. So, it's a level of self-imposed brainwashing that boggles the mind.
It seems like you're either on one end of the spectrum or the other these days. Like, there's a lot of people that are just fast asleep, and there's other ones that are very much awake and wanting the other people to snap out of it. So it's frustrating.
Seems that way. So in closing, Sheila, just direct people to where they can find you on YouTube and tell us about your website.
Okay, you can go to youtube.com/SheilaAliens, all one word, or SheilaAliens.net. That is my blog website. I have some live streams on there of random just places you can watch and maybe hunt some UFOs online and stuff like that. And I have a little chat box. You can say hi to me and I'll probably respond. So drop me a line.
Well, Sheila, it's been fascinating, and I look forward to speaking to you again about all these weird and wonderful subjects in the future. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what do you think? This James Holmes, do you reckon he's another victim of what they call bath salts? Although this is what people seem to be blaming it on. They seem to be blaming it on this substance called bath salts. But every time something has happened and these people have had manic outbreaks and killed people, mauled people to death, they've not actually had any trace of bath salts in them. The only thing they've had trace of is weed, marijuana. So I think Ed said last episode about, is there something in this marijuana they're buying, or is it something more? Is it just a coincidence that they've got marijuana in their system? Did James Holmes have anything in his system? He was like a PhD graduate or something, or he was on the verge of graduating with a PhD or something. So he wasn't a stupid bloke. He was just, what happened? A lot of people have been talking about, there's a video online that I posted. If you go to Zombie Life Podcast Facebook page, just type Zombie Life Podcast in the search bar, like our page, have a look. There's some videos that a gentleman called Micah has left, and one of them was about whether the same person is in court. You see pictures of James Holmes, but in court it looks like a completely different person. There's a picture on there, 3 pictures. There's a picture in the middle of James Holmes. There's a picture on the right of the person they've got in court, in custody, who's been locked away or whatever. And then on the left there's a picture of the 2 of them split and put together. And there's so many different variables and stuff, like he's got one ear's bigger than the other, sticks out more. His nose looks completely different. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's a cool little thing. It's another cool video. He's put quite a few more videos on there about different bits and pieces. So it's definitely worth looking at. But obviously I'll leave that, and hopefully Ed will talk about that a little bit more. I just wanted to play you that clip from YouTube because it fascinated me, it interested me when I saw it. I found that via, I think it was the Alex James Facebook page. He's another good bloke to listen to, Alex James. The Alex James show on Stitcher Radio. I think that's where I listen to him anyway. So he's definitely worth a listen. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Like I said, I'm hoping Ed will talk to you a bit more about it anyway. But before I pass you over to him, I just want to play a song. This is my zombie killing track of the week. I can't get enough. It's by the same people who let us use one of their songs